everyone. Yes.
Just show everybody how great of a boyfriend I am. Let me just get
What do you want? Okay, yes, my boyfriend got me a Switch, guys. Yay. Okay,
Oh, that was fake. Wow.
do you want to? do you want to be here? You want to show people that you got me a Switch? Anyway.
Great day to be a girl named Desiree, and thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. I am Desiree Chanel, and if you are new here, then
how you doing?
In today's video, you guys can tell by the title, I am giving you 10 tips, tricks, steps, whatever you want to call it, okay, to healthy hair growth. Now, if you don't know, I did cut my hair 2 years ago. So I am 2 years natural, and I went full on big chop. I will insert a picture, so don't worry, I did not transition. I literally just buzzed it off. So this is 2 years of growth, and I did recently get my hair straightened. So if you have not seen that video, I will leave a card up above so you guys can check it out, okay? But I get questions all the time on, Desiree, how did you grow your hair? Oh my God, it's so long. And so now I can just refer all of y'all to this video so you guys can see, okay? Now, first of all, if you don't follow me on Instagram, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. And go ahead and hit that follow button. And if you want to see how I grew my hair out, then just keep on watching. Okay, so like I said, I do have 10 tips for you guys. I am gonna try to make this super quick because y'all know I can talk a lot. And we not trying to be editing 30-40 minutes of video, like don't nobody got time for that, okay? So I do have everything written down on my iPad here, and here we go. So tip number 1 is going to be just cut it off. Just cut your dead ends off, cut that heat damage off. Now personally, I'm not a person who is about transitioning. That's just was not for me. Ain't nobody got time to be having curly pieces and straight pieces, like, you know. No. Now, if that's for you though, that's for you. And that's okay, you know. Do you gradually cut it off? But for me, I didn't care. Hair is gonna grow back, girl. Just cut it off. You will be so much better. You'll feel better. Your hair will look better. Just go ahead and snip it, okay? Just snip it off. Number 2 is don't touch your hair. Now, I know it's gonna sound really, really weird, but I mean, don't always play in your hair. So like now that my hair is out in a fro, I kind of have this problem myself where I'm constantly going like this. I constantly want to get my fro really big and puffy, but you need to not touch your hair, especially with all the elements that are out there, with you doing things with your hands, you're touching surfaces, you're having germs and everything. You don't want to put all of that in your hair, and constant manipulation can actually break your hair off, and we don't have time to be bald headed and a big chop, you know what I'm saying, girl? So don't touch your hair. My 3rd tip is going to be to lose the heat. You need to stop flat ironing and blow drying your hair every week, every 2 weeks. I'm telling you, it's going to take strain on your hair. Now, a blow dry here and there, a flat iron here and there, you know, using heat protected, that's fine. But if you're somebody who is flat ironing their hair every day, baby girl, I'm sorry, your hair is not gonna grow. I mean, you know, granted, let me not say that. It could grow. You just might have heat damage. And then if you have heat damage, you know, some people don't care about heat damage. Some people don't mind because they want to keep their hair straight. I'm not that bitch. I mind. I want my curls. I love my curls, you know. So I'm not putting heat in my hair every day. But I promise you, if you stop using heat in your hair constantly, your hair will thrive. My 4th tip is going to be to protective style. Now, when I say protective style, a lot of people look at it 2 different ways. They think protective styling is just weaves, and it's not. Protective styling It's anything that is protecting your hair, the health of your hair, and the ends of your hair. So wigs and weaves are one protective style. I personally like wigs because sew-ins, I don't like them. I'm not able to get to my scalp. They cause a lot of tension and breakage for me personally. So I'm just more comfortable with the wig. I can pop it on, pop it off. But you can also do protective styling like braiding, but making sure that you're oiling your scalp, massaging your scalp, taking really good care of your edges and your nape, because a lot of people don't realize that you have decent hair back here too, and if you don't take care of it, it will break off. I am guilty of this. I do have a little bit of breakage in the back because I was not paying attention to the back of my hair. You can also do protective styling with your natural hair. So that's a low buns, that's ponytails, that's high buns, that's top knots. You can also do 2-strand twists or braid outs, where instead of you braiding it up one night and then taking it out right away, or twisting it up one night and taking it out right away, you can actually wear the braids out. So this is a really, really old braid out. This is about 5-day hair, and I just re-braided it, but I was wearing my hair in single strand braids or plaits for about 3 days. That is a protective style. So that kept my hair out of my face, out of the way, but it also kept my ends protected. And I made sure that you either sleep with a scarf on, a silk or satin scarf, or a silk or satin pillowcase. That will also help the longevity of your hair. My 5th tip is going to be making sure you're paying attention to your hair in terms of deep conditioning, moisture, and protein. So you want to make sure you keep a balance between moisture and protein. I'm a really big advocate for deep conditioning. I promise you. Like, I know I'm saying I promise a lot. I ain't gonna break your promise, girl. I'm telling you that if you deep condition your hair, and I do mine for like an hour or 2 hours. Like, I don't do the little 30 minutes. Like, nobody got time for that baby deep conditioner. I do it for about an hour with a cap on. You could do 30 minutes or so if you set under a hooded dryer. I don't have one, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. You take a plastic cap and a garbage bag, and you tie it around your head, and you just let the heat circulate. But your hair will feel thriving. It will feel flourished. What is flourish? Flourish. Nourished. It will feel rehydrated. You'll feel like you have a brand new head of hair. Okay, and who doesn't want that? Deep conditioning is very important, but you also want to balance that with protein, because you can get something called moisture overload, where that's where you're just putting way too much moisture in your hair. So to balance that, you want to make sure you're doing a protein. Now, for my protein of choice, I use green tea, pure green tea, and I put that in my hair, and then I follow it up with a deep condition. So I kind of alternate between the two, but you want to make sure you have that balance, because if you don't have that balance, your hair can become either very weak and brittle. I know some people, like, they actually start to lose their curl pattern when they have moisture overload. And if you have too much protein, your hair can actually become really hard and stiff and break off. So you want to make sure it is a sweet balance. My number 6 tip is just going to be to trim your ends. I know a lot of girls, I'm included, okay, we don't like to trim our ends, but it's really, really important, okay? Not saying you have to trim every 3 months or every 2 weeks, or you want to trim where it's beneficial for you. And if you don't trim those split ends and things, girl, they're just gonna keep ripping up. I recently just got my hair straightened, and when I did that, I had to cut like 2 inches off because I was not keeping up with my trim. So you want to make sure you keep up with your trims. You don't have to go to a professional if you don't want to. The way I trim my ends, I just twist my, yes. What do you need? What, are you sure? The way that I trim my ends is I just 2-strand twist my hair all the way down, and I just snip it at the ends. That's just what I'm used to. And yes. What do you want? Okay, yes, my boyfriend got me a Switch, guys. Yay. Okay.
Oh, fake. Wow.
Do you want to? do you want to be here? You want to show people that you got me a Switch? Anyway, that's how I trim my ends. You can go to a professional. You don't have to get your hair straightened for this. Depending on what area you're in, there are people who can do what they call curly cuts, where you literally just wear your hair in its natural state. You curly state. You can do it in a wash and go or something like that, and they just trim your ends in its natural state, so you don't have to straighten or blow dry your hair for that. So number 7 is to be gentle with your hair. I also had this problem, girl, when you just combing it or brushing it and you're not in your time, you're not being gentle with your hair, you are breaking your hair off. I know you guys hear everyone say this. The ends are the oldest part of your hair. And when you old and gray and brittle, you want somebody to take care of you, right? Yes. Okay, so you same thing with your hair. You need to be very gentle with it. You need to make sure you're adding more product at the ends, no matter what style you do, whether it's braids, twists, a ponytail, a bun. You just want to make sure that you're being gentle and taking care of the ends of your hair. My number 8 tip is to pay attention and listen to your hair. Now, whether you know it or not, your hair be talking to you, girl. Your hair be talking to you. It be trying to tell you her deepest and darkest secrets, and you just be neglecting her. That's why she neglecting you, okay? So you need to listen to your hair. You know when your hair is dry. You know when your hair might have too much moisture. You know when your hair is time for a wash. You know these things because your hair is talking to you. So when your hair is talking to you, you need to listen and pay attention. If your hair is telling you, girl, she thirsty, drink, give her some water. Give her some fluids, okay? She's parched, okay? Give her some electrolytes, okay? If she says she's dirty, wash her, okay? Wash her. She wants to be cleansed. Her soul needs to be cleansed, okay? You need to be able to listen to her. When she listens to you, you need to listen back, and y'all are going to be in perfect harmony, and y'all will both flourish and thrive. So making sure you're listening to your hair. My number 9 tip is to let your hair breathe. If you are an overprotective styler like I can be, especially like in the winter times when I'm doing like wigs back to back to back to back to back, when you take your wig out, you need to make sure that you leave your hair out for at least a week. This is at least what I do, and it works for me. So I'll take my wig out, I'll wash my hair, detangle my hair, and then I will wear my natural hair out for a week. It may not be out in a twist out or a braid out. It may just be in a high puff or a low bun, especially in the wintertime, just to keep my ends protected. But it has my natural hair out, so it's not being manipulated in any type of way in terms of me pulling at it for braids or twists or anything. I'm just leaving it alone. When you do that, it gives your hair a chance to bounce back from being in that distressed state, and I guarantee you your hair gonna be bouncing back. The curls gonna be coming back real quick when you notice that you keep taking breaks in between your protective styles. My last and final tip is to be patient. I know you guys hear this all the time, but it's really, really true. You really don't see how your hair is growing until you really look at before and after pictures. Like, I know seeing my hair now, it's just, I always say it all the time, oh my God, it's so weird to have hair, because I literally had none. I would wake up in the morning, take my do-rag off, brush my waves, okay, they was swimming, I had niggas sick, okay, brush my waves and go out the door. Now I can't I can't do that anymore, but I know I have growth. I can see my growth. You have to be patient. Your hair is not gonna grow overnight, and I know it can get hard, because it gets hard for me when I look at people like Natural 85 or It's My Ray Ray. You see all these natural hair people, and you're like, girl, wait, I don't understand. Like, how do we get there, okay? But it's patience. Their hair did not grow overnight. A lot of these girls y'all are seeing on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, their hair journeys is 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years long. If you just 6 months in, girl, your hair not gonna be down to your back, okay? I'm so sorry about it. It's not gonna happen. So you have to have patience, okay? But that is it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment below if these tips helped you, and keep giving me suggestions on what you guys want to see from my channel. Again, thank you guys so much for coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about me, of course. And girl, you already know, hit that bell so you never miss an upload. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.